Morning folks. Am I looking a bit confused? I'm looking for a stalker's track that exists on the map but doesn't seem to exist on the ground. But I think I might have just sussed it out. I think it's over behind me a wee bit. I'm in Glen Tromie. The bottom of the glen is just there, just out of camera shot. And Glen Tromie is over that ridge that drops down into Glen Tromie on the other side. It's a club meet this weekend. I'm a member of a mountaineering society called Ben Armine Mountaineering Society. So I had a night in Bothy last night, actually in a club hut, Mountaineering Scotland affiliated club hut. And our club is affiliated to Mountaineering Scotland, so we're allowed access to the huts for a small fee. So we stayed there last night. We were up reasonably early this morning, and the lads were all intent on getting up onto the Munros, the Feshy Hills, Sgwr Gailth, Munros, these hills, but I've been over them countless times. I wasn't really interested in going over old ground, especially if I was going to be filming, because these guys be away out in front and I'm up and down and backwards and forwards with the camera. So I'm interested in this wee hill behind me, which is quite a long way back, which won't be a problem if I can find this stalker's track, because once I get onto that it should be fairly easy going. But you can see the terrain here is a wee bit challenging. So the weather is going to be showery today. I might manage to get the camera on now and again, but I've got a GoPro in my pocket as well, so I'm travelling light camera wise. I'm really just out for a couple of days with the boys from the club, so I hadn't really planned on doing very much filming, but I thought I'd share at least this hill with you, and if the weather does get bad I'll GoPro it. So I'm going to study this GPS and map for a wee bit and see if I can figure out where that track is, and I'll get back to you in a wee while, folks. Well folks, I'm on the summit. I did eventually find my stalker's path, but I was on the ridge before, pretty much on the ridge before I found it. There's a lot of development work going on in this area, and there's a big area being fenced for trees, so I'm guessing the stalker's track just doesn't exist anymore. I'm up here now. It's windy. I've got my rucksack built up against the cairn to try and muffle the mic a wee bit, or shelter the mic a wee bit. So I'm hoping I get some audio recorded here. It might not work, it might be too windy. The boys are over there. That's Glen Tromie, that's Munros and Sgwr Gailth across there. That's what the lads are up to. So I'm going to head back down into Glen Tromie, and my van is at the end of the glen, so I've got quite a long walk actually to get back to the van. I'll spin back round to Glen Tromie and meet the boys. We'll have another night in the climbing club hut. So the rain's coming on, it's blowing a hoolie. I'm going to switch this camera off. I'll get back to you later. Hey folks, how you doing? I'm down off the hill. Wee drink of water before I head back to the bothy. I'll tell you about my adventure. Set out this morning, Glen Tromie, as I said earlier, looking for a stalker's track to lead up onto the high ground. Couldn't find it. So I decided to give it up as a bad job, and I hiked to the further down the glen. The stalker's track does a loop around and drops back down to the glen a few miles up. So I thought, well, if I can't find the start, I'll find the end. When I got down there, I couldn't find the end either. And it's basically because the track exists over the high ground, but once you get down into the long grass and the heather, it just disappears. So I could have spent all day looking for it. Anyhow, I got up over the summit. I wanted to do that summit because it's got a really unusual name. It's called the Croidhe-la. And La, well, what can I say? I've spent a lot of time in the Himalayas, and La in the Himalayas in Tibetan usually refers to a high mountain pass rather than a summit. And this is a summit with the name La, and I just wondered where it came from. So I was a wee bit intrigued by the name of the hill, and I've looked over at it and seen it tucked under the Feshy Hills, and always wondered what it would be like to traverse it. So I've done it now. It's a bonny hill. Had a great day. Wasn't able to do very much filming, too windy really, but a good day. So I'm going to head down this track back to the bothy, team up with the boys and get something to eat, and I think I'll just wind the video up here. I've not done very much filming, but I'll get a wee short video out of this and I'll put it up for, hopefully for your enjoyment. And I look forward to getting back to you on the next one. So thanks for viewing, folks, I really appreciate that. Hopefully not too long before I get back to you again. Bye for now.